Se7en was released in 1995 and it's by David Fincher and stars Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Gwyneth Paltrow and Kevin Spacey. So yes, Kevin Spacey is in the film, it's obviously quite infamous at the moment, but I'm going to be honest, when I watched the film tonight, the fact that he was in it never really bothered me. But anyway, basically this film tells the story of Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt's characters, both detectives who are both investigating these gruesome and frankly horrifying murders that are all connected through the 7 deadly sins. And that's the main plot of the film though, because at the same time, you also get the subplot in the film, subplot to do with Gwyneth Paltrow's character. Gwyneth Paltrow actually plays Brad Pitt's wife in the film, and she actually has a key role to play in the film. But the main plot of the film is Morgan Freeman's character, this detective who's close to retirement, and Brad Pitt's character, this rookie detective who are both working together to investigate these murders that are really, really gruesome, that are all connected through the 7 deadly sins. And that's basically the plot of Se7en. And I'm not even going to hold back on this review. I think this film is a masterpiece. I think it's absolutely incredible. And I think it works on so many levels. And I think this film works so well because honestly, you watch like the first half an hour of the film, you think, okay, that's good, that's really good. And then you watch the next half an hour of the film, like you think, okay, that's even better. Then you watch the next half an hour, okay, that's even better. Then you watch the rest of the film, and you're like, oh my god, this is just incredible. And it really is, because the thing with this film is that there are some sequences that are hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie, like I said, it is frankly horrifying in some sequences and some very gruesome sequences in the film as well. But there are some sequences in the film which are hard to watch, I'm not gonna lie, but they are also quite mesmerising and compelling to watch, because it's one of those unique films which don't come along that often, which are so hard to watch, but at the same time though, you don't want to take your eyes away from the screen. I love films like that. But actually moments in the film I was like, oh my god, I don't want to see what happens here, but at the same time, I really do, because it was that fantastically made, and just the way it was written and the way everything was put together, it was just incredible in my opinion. I think that this is just, it's a masterpiece, it really is, because honestly, the moments in the film which are actually scary, and that's coming from someone who's not really a fan of horror films, and I likes to think that he doesn't get scared easily. I must admit, I like to think that I don't get scared easily, chances I probably do, but there are actually moments in the film which are actually quite scary, like moments when I was literally like, oh my god, this is terrifying. There's one scene in particular, the interrogation scene, which comes to mind, which is just terrifying in my opinion. Like, there's moments in the film which are actually more scary than some of the most recent horror films got in the past 5 years, and you know, that is saying something. And honestly, I didn't expect it to be scary, and the fact that it was like a big, pleasant surprise, but at the same time, unexpectedly great. That's what I'm trying to say. It was absolutely fantastic. The fact that it was scary, which I just didn't expect at all. I think the performance of the film was really good. You know, Brad Pitt's great in the film, Morgan Freeman's great in the film. At the same time, though, Gwyneth Paltrow's good in the film, which is saying something. Like, I'm not really a fan of Gwyneth Paltrow, I must admit. When I see her in films, I'm just like, yeah, she's like, but then, actually in this film, she's really good. I don't know how David Fincher did it, but somehow Gwyneth Paltrow gives off a good performance in the film. At the same time, though, it was well directed. It's a David Fincher film, so I guess and everything. It's quite dark. It's really well made, actually. Now, the more I think about it, the more I actually think how well made it is, because it's so dark in so many sequences, and your eyes start to adjust to the dark. I'm not to give too much away here, but in the third act of the film, in the final act of the film, it's really light, and you're almost like, oh god, wow. And then that's just the power of the cinematography and the lighting in this film, and there's loads of moments just like that in the film, which is just so well made. It is a really dark film, because not only in the things that you see in the film and the, you know, the tone of the film, but at the same time though, the lighting, I really like the way it was made actually. The more I think about the way it was made, the more I just really liked it. At the same time though, it's got this fantastic orchestral musical score by Howard Shore, which works really well in the film. By the way, if you don't know who Howard Shore is, he did the music for The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit films, but his score for this film was really good in my opinion. It got some really good moments of the film, which, you know, the score was coming out fantastically, and I really like Howard Shore's score for the film. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did actually. I think it's a fantastic musical score, and he's got some fantastic orchestral moments which work really well, and at the same time though, it's just brilliant. It really is, because you constantly don't know where the film is going to go, and that's what's so good about it. You might have one scene and think, okay, something's going to happen now, and then actually something else happens, and then you might meet one character and think, okay, that's actually the murderer, but actually no, he's not the murderer and everything. It's really clever like that. That's one of the things about the film as well. You don't actually know who the murderer is through the course of the film. And I really like that about it. And even so, kind of do, not to give too much away, even so you kind of do know who the murderer is, it's actually done in such a way that when the twist came, and when you did find out the murderer is, it was still effective in my opinion. I really liked that about it. At the same time though, it is grippingly intense. Like, it is genuinely intense in the film. Like, especially towards the third act of the film, especially towards the big final showdown, not to give too much away, but especially towards the big final showdown. I was watching this on my sofa in my living room, and I was just like, I was literally clutching the end on my seat because I was so terrified at what was going to happen. I was like, oh my god, this is brilliant. This is so brilliantly made. This is so brilliantly constructed. This is so brilliant because I never felt this intense in a film before. Honestly, it was absolutely fantastic. And I do think it is brilliant made. I do think it is brilliantly constructed as well. And I think it's crafted so well. I think it's put together so well. I think there's loads of moments of just lines of dialogue from, you know, the main two characters, like Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman's character, which just works so well. I could go on and on about how much I love this film. I really could. But honestly, I'm just going to say one more big praise to this film, and that is this. There's one stage in the film which, you know, Morgan Freeman's character says to Brad Pitt's character, something on the lines of this, you know, no matter how this case ends out, you do realise it's not going to have a happy ending. And then the film delivers one of the most satisfying endings in movie history. It honestly does. And I was just like, that is brilliant. That is absolutely incredible even. And so, all in all, I really like Se7en. I really don't have any criticisms to the film at all. And you know what? I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, I'm so happy that I really love this film. I really do. Because, you know, there's so many films nowadays which people say, oh, you have to go and watch the film. And you have to like it almost. That's kind of what they're saying, aren't they? You know, you have to go and watch the film. You have to like it. I mean, I've said that to people before as well. But the thing is, you know, when somebody says that to someone, when you do actually sit down to watch that film, you sometimes think, maybe I'll be that person who doesn't like this film. Maybe I'll be that one person who just didn't get it. But that didn't happen with Se7en. Even so, I sat down to watch the film last night thinking, I might not actually like this film, and that's fine, but, you know, I think everyone else around me does. But the thing is, though, when I got to the end of the film, I was like, that is incredible, and I'm so happy that I liked it. I'm so happy that I love it. I'm so happy that I love it so much, and I'm so happy that I thought it was so good, because I did have a bit of worry since I watched the film, like, I'm gonna like it as much as everyone else says as well, but actually, I loved it, and I really didn't expect to. Honestly, it's incredible. It's so well made. The performances are fantastic. Even Gwyneth Paltrow was fantastic in the film, which is saying something at the same time, though. I think it's really well constructed. It's really well put together. It's intense. It's gripping. At the same time, though, it is genuinely scary, and I just think it's an incredible film. I really do. And so, all in all, I just think Se7en is a masterpiece. And I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 from me. Anyway guys, what do you think of Se7en? Please do comment down below and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Anyway guys, thank you as always for watching, and if you haven't yet, please do click down below and like, subscribe on the video, and look forward to many more, both film and TV, can very soon on this channel. See you guys again soon, but bye for now. Bye!